Okay, assalamu alaikum everyone. So
Assalamualaikum.
here's a video being made specifically to explain to you how a class is done. So after your students have already added themselves to the MS Teams by sending you requests, they'll be able to join you in, right? And what will happen is they will be becoming part of a meeting in such a manner that you can see right now on the screen. So you can see multiple participants. I've got several of my students right here. You can see their profile pictures. The options that you have while you're taking a meeting include starting a recording, which we already covered in the previous recording. So there's start recording, which I will do right now. So this will start creating a recording of this meeting from this point onwards, and this recording will be available, as it shows right here, it will be available once this meeting, or rather this class, ends, and this will be available on Microsoft Streams. Now if I wanted to mute any particular student, I could do that by clicking on this three dotted menu and mute that participant, or I could perhaps convert that participant into a different role. Now these roles are something that I discussed in a previous video where I explained to you all that there are three basic roles in any meeting. One of the roles is of course the organizer, which I am right now. You can see it's written right under my name that I'm an organizer. Similarly, if for instance I wanted to create one of my students as a presenter, I could make them a presenter. Now a presenter has the right to remove or add someone or to mute someone. However, an attendee does not. So currently all of my students, the 5 or 6 of them that you can see right now, since this is an ongoing class right now, are all attendees. Now how I've done that is, and I can do that during the meeting too, is by clicking on this three dotted menu right beside the participants and clicking on the button called manage permissions. The minute I will do that, it will open up a browser window with this Microsoft Teams classes, rules and permissions. So within those rules and permissions, it will actually ask me, and I've shown this in a previous video, it will ask me who can present. I've set it to only me, which means only I have the right to decide to present or to share the screen or to remove someone or add someone. If I chose it to be everyone, which is what it's set at default, then all of my students could have done it. And this is the problem that most students teachers are facing, where their students either delete other people or they add other people. So for instance, all of you students, if you can hear me, try and mute anyone other than yourselves, and please say if you can actually do that. Go ahead guys. Khalid, Faisal, Noman, if you can mute anyone other than yourselves. You can speak up, you're being recorded. You can't, right? So none of them can. However, if I were to choose any one of these students and make them a presenter, because then I am giving them the power to present so that they can actually share the screen, then they can do that. Another new option that is now available in Microsoft Teams called Spotlight, which basically means that their picture or their profile will become the default or will be shown constantly on the screen, and they'll become a presenter as well. This is a new option. Another new option that they've added as of today, and most people will get it in the coming weeks as well, is mute all, in the sense which is called a hard mute, which means that if I set it to don't allow attendees to unmute and click on this right now, none of these students will be able to unmute themselves. This is a forced mute. So I could do that too if I wanted. So those are some new features that I want to talk about. There's also the download attendance list, and I will cover that in another video later on, and that's that.